and welcome to EDU Our guest today is Tetseo of the Tetseo Sisters. The Tetseo Sisters have often been attributed with beginning the folk fusion music movement of Nagaland. They're a quartet of sisters and have often been hailed as the cultural ambassadors of the Northeast musically. Okay, in a conversation with Tetseo. Hi, Mercy. So you're a quartet of 4 sisters. So how did the decision to form a band together come about? And could you tell us more about your journey so far?
Okay. Well, we never really decided to form a band, but we sort of started performing together. We used to sing together in church, in school, and as we all grew up together, then it was like the support of us doing a lot of stuff together, and then we continued to sing together, and then eventually we became recognized as a group, and then we had a name, and then that's how it began. Like, we don't really have a date or a particular period where we decided, okay, let's form a band. Like, it just came together.
Yes. And how many years has it been? It's been more than 10 years.
Oh, yes. So we are, I mean, there's a lot of age gap in between us, the 4 sisters. So, I mean, Azi and me we came earlier than my brother, and 2 more sisters, Lulu and Kuku. So, first it started out with Azi and me, and then later on they grew up, and then we all started performing together. And so we all started early. They started even more earlier than us because they were like little toddlers, and they just started singing.
Nice. And why folk fusion music? What made you decide to take that genre up as professional career?
Well, we started with Western music, or our first influences were like church music and local music. Yeah. And then, Mom felt that we should learn something which is truly our own music, in the sense that it's something which is important not for others. So we started learning folk, and then eventually we sort of played around with it, and then, added some Western instruments to it. And that's how folk fusion came about. But we still do a lot of pure folk as well as a few folk fusion, and when the opportunity calls for it, a couple of Western songs as well.
Yeah. And
which part do you want?
So could you tell us about Lee and the instrumentation that you use?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so the songs to perform are called Lee, and Lee literally means folk song in Chokri. Chokri is one of the dialects we speak in Nagaland. It's our mother tongue. So Lee is folk music, like folk songs. And there are a lot of instruments, indigenous instruments, which people use, but the one instrument we often use is the tati, which is the 1-string instrument. It looks a bit like the guitar. So that's the tati. And there are other instruments like a pickup violin and log drums, and there are more different kinds of drums, like the war drums, which they use. It's percussion, of course. And a couple more, but like I said, we've been concentrating on using the tati mostly.
Yes. How do you feel about being called the representatives or the face of, of Northeastern folk music, and Naga especially?
Well,
they often attributed to you the widening of horizons.
Right.
So,
we have been loving it called the cultural ambassadors of the Northeast, and it makes us feel very proud and honored in a way, and at the same time very humbled, because to the rest of the country and the rest of the world, the Northeast is just a small part of the world, right? I think people have this notion that, okay, you just chunk everything together as the Northeast, but there are lots of things in Northeast. There's so many states, there's so many different cultures within the states. So it's a huge responsibility to be able to represent our people, and it's kind of overwhelming in a way, because we can't say that we're representing the Northeast as a whole, because there's lots and lots of more things to Northeast than just a chunk of Nagaland that we represent in that sense. So yeah, it's wonderful in a way because through us people get to know that there is a Northeast and that there are different tribes in the Northeast and different things happening. But at the same time, we don't want to be just there and looking like, oh, this is representative of Northeast. What we're doing is Northeast, and because that would be very limited. There's a lot more to Northeast than just the things we're seeing or hear about. So that's it's kind of a mixed feeling, but it's wonderful too.
And since you're like a group of 4 sisters, are you the eldest?
I beg your pardon?
Are you the eldest sister?
Yes, I am.
so you know how it is with past struggles or whatever between sisters. As in, not seriously, but one of them tends to dominate, or who is the manager, or like who takes the managerial decisions.
Okay, we are a very democratic family. I mean, we don't really have a hierarchy in the way we operate. Like, it's not about who's the eldest or who's the youngest. We've been very, very, really totally democratic in the sense that majority always wins out. So it's always, how it's going to work out as a thoughtful decision where we all sit together and make the decisions. Our brother takes care of our sound and engineering and stuff, and we sit together and decide on the travel dates and whether it's our costumes or which songs we'll be performing and stuff. We sit together and make the decisions. I'm mostly the person who's talking a lot when it comes to other people, so I'm like more of a spokesperson. But we all have roles. So a lot of times more like friends than sisters, which is great in a way. But then being sisters, again, you have lots of things which are taken for granted, and you understand each other. So it makes it so much easier in that sense.
And you've seen how because the Northeast, although a very musical region, yet its music scene hasn't expanded. At least it hasn't expanded to outside the Northeast. I don't know what the success scope is, being someone in a band for folk music and otherwise. So, but not like expansion hasn't happened.
Right. There's a lot happening, of course.
But so what scope do you see? Because you've been successful. So for a lot of other folk musicians, so how much scope do you see?
There is a lot of scope. In fact, you could say a lot of music is and has been happening in the Northeast. You could say Shillong is more or less the rock capital of the country, and Nagaland is also trying to do a lot of stuff in that. We have come up with the Hornbill Rock Festival, the Hornbill Festival.
Yes, the Hornbill Festival.
Yeah, the rock contest, which is going international this year. So that's one of the developments. And we are very geographically isolated in the sense that we're so cut off from the rest of the country. But a lot of music has been happening. There's a lot of fashion happening, for example. And for us, we want to be out there in the mainstream music scene and making a contribution. There are lots of bands from the Northeast who are actually part of the Bangalore music scene or the Delhi music scene. And then in another way, it's about bringing the rest of the country to experience the Northeast in our own home grounds. That's what we're seeing right now. So, there's a lot of things happening, a lot of hope. And the sky is the limit when it comes to music because you can't really limit music to a state or a region, right?
Yes.
So, we're very hopeful about that.
Yes. And what are the other projects that you're working on at the moment, like musically and otherwise? Because I remember through music, you've been trying to promote voting for the Nagaland voters in a video with Alobo Naga. So what that are you working on?
Okay, we have been in this videos for a couple of weeks now, but then Lulu is she just finished school and she's looking to expand her educational horizon. So we've been taking a couple of weeks off so that she can go to her admissions and stuff. And Kuku had her exams and I'm also
Okay.
exploring other stuff. But yeah, we've been recording materials for a new album, and then
What is the new album called?
we haven't decided on a name yet, but
Oh.
we'll see.
And by when do you think it's going to be out? Or
We were looking at a summer release, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Summer is almost over, so sometime sometime before winter, definitely.
which yes, we're all looking forward to. And are you performing anytime soon?
Yeah, like I said, we put our performances on hold, but September onwards, hopefully we can be on the road again.
Okay, so you'll be
Especially with
touring.
a couple of episodes.
You'll,
Yes.
you'll be touring in September. Okay.
Yes.
So so now for our music aspirants, how much do you think folk music as a genre has scope for young people who want to take it up as a career now?
But if you look at the music scene, there's been a lot of changes because at one point it was very Western focused, but nowadays you look at a lot of bands who are doing very well with fusion music and folk fusion, especially within the Indian music scene. You see a lot of Bollywood music which is like centered towards folk, like singing folk, somebody to the folk, right? So now is a good time as any for folk music, and it's been really well with all the a lot of classical influences in Indian music as well. And world music has always been popular, and folk music wants a huge inspiration for the total world music scene. So as a genre, yes, there's a lot of scope, and we believe that every genre has a fan base. So it's always expanding. Music is very fluid. So
yes, that's
always good news for musicians. Yes.
And so what advice, finally, would you like to give young people who want to take up music as a career? Because that's what you guys did, yeah.
I don't know if we're in a position to be giving out advice, but we can just say that there's a lot of experiences out there, and we all need to experiment and then explore what's there out for each and every one of us. I mean, whatever genre, whatever field, it's about the passion and dedication and the kind of research and hard work you put into your efforts. I mean, you have to be patient about it because things don't just happen suddenly. You might just be lucky, and then sometimes it takes a much longer time for things to shape up. But whatever you decide to do, you just keep your best and then work at it. Work really hard at it.
Yes. Thank you